16 minutes after the hour now, defund for thee, but not for me. Squad member Cori Bush sparking a major backlash after doubling down on calls to defund the police, despite dropping thousands of dollars on her own private security detail.
I'm going to make sure I have security because I know I have had attempts on my life. I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen.
Here to react, KTTH Seattle radio talk show host Jason Rantz. Boy, Jason, there has been a lot of fast and furious reaction from all sides coming through on this one. What's yours?
Oh, I want to thank Cori Bush for saying what she said. This was one of the moments where they were actually really honest about their position here. This is about them. I mean, this is one of the most selfish and elite comments I think I've heard from a member of the squad in a long time. And that's saying something because they live in selfishness. She's saying that her life is more important than yours. Her security and safety is more important than the over 100 people in her district that have been murdered this year. And I'm grateful that she's finally just being honest and saying, yeah, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to use you guys as guinea pigs for my ideology, my fringe belief that we need to get rid of police. And I'm just going to make sure, just in case it doesn't work, that I'm covered.
Before we get to the insanity in Seattle, I want to get your thoughts on this. Here's Jen Psaki trying to walk back and sort of distance herself from the defund the police movement. Listen.
The president has been crystal clear that he opposes defunding the police. There may be some in the Democratic Party, including Congresswoman Bush, who disagree with him. That's okay. But I would say the majority of Democrats, we've seen this in polling, and the majority of members also agree that we should not defund the police.
To build on the point in your first answer, Jason, how bad is Cori Bush for the White House and for Democrats come 2022 as they try to distance themselves from Cori Bush?
Well, so long as she's going to continue to be honest and the Democrats will be honest about this, of course, it's going to be devastating for them. I mean, the campaign ad writes itself. We don't have to do any tricky editing. We don't have to take anything out of context. You just play the full 13-second clip and you know exactly where it is they stand. And to be clear, Republicans aren't the ones who've been defunding police in these cities. These are Democrat-run cities that have made the decision, and folks in the community are begging for protection, just like Cori Bush, I suppose, is, and they're going to have to suffer political consequences as a result. I wish they would turn this around. And if President Biden wanted to be clear about his opposition to this, he would say, not only do I not support defunding the police, but I would want people in my own party to stop with the activism.
Yeah, well, see if that happens and see if they can distance themselves from a progressive like Cori Bush, a squad member who has a very loud voice, as we were talking about earlier this morning. Well, that's what I mean. I don't mean physically loud. I just mean, you know, when you have people pushing so loud for something and so often for something, that is the voice that is heard. Jason, let's talk about what's going on in Seattle, because there's a homeless encampment that is apparently so dangerous. The sheriff tells staff to work remotely for their safety. You took this video. Tell us what is going on there.
Yeah, so there's a few different things going on at once here. You've got video that I sent in to you guys of a homeless encampment attached to a school that parents are terrified of sending their kids to. You have homeless encampments right next door to the county courthouse, which is where the sheriff's office is located. Now, this particular area, it's called City Hall Park, has been overrun by homeless for a very long time, and it's been the site of a stabbing homicide, a senior citizen who was walking by with his 14-year-old dog named Alice, who ended up getting kicked to death. And then just last week in the county courthouse, a homeless person waited in a female bathroom, waited for a victim. And it just so happened that a woman who was 7 months pregnant walked in and he attempted to rape her. Now, thankfully, he was stopped. Thankfully, there was a marshal walking by at the time and was able to intervene. But now Sheriff Mitzi Johanka is saying, I'm not going to risk the safety of my people, my non-commissioned staff, just to come to work. There is, in a few hours from now, going to be a protest outside of the county courthouse by female staff members within the building saying enough is enough. You need to clear this encampment next door. And that's really been the trend here. People saying you need to clear these encampments, and the city basically saying, no, we're not going to.
But Jason, I think the question that I'm asking, and the question that most Americans would ask in this situation, who are these people advocating for this homeless encampment? Because it just seems like the worst possible idea you could have, yet it's happening for a reason. Who are these people?
Well, the council and other activists within the Seattle community are taking the position that it is inhumane, that it lacks compassion to sweep any encampment. And they keep saying, well, where are they supposed to go? Well, for one thing, we've been spending tens of millions of dollars on hotels purchased by both the city and the county that we are housing these folks in. But they take a position, frankly, and it's based in ideology, that unless they get subsidized housing, actual homes, apartment complexes, they're willing to let people suffer out on the streets because they think they can use that for leverage. Now, up until this point, that's not really been working. That's been a failed attempt by the Seattle City Council. And a lot of people have been blaming the mayor for this. And I don't necessarily, on this particular issue, blame the mayor. She's been a disaster, but not on this particular issue. She would go in there and sweep if she could, but part of the defund movement took away the navigation team. This was a specialized unit of police officers that were going in with social workers to sweep these encampments, get them connected with resources. But if they're saying no to the resources, they get moved out. Unfortunately, that program is gone.
It's all connected. Jason Rantz.
Yep.
Thank you for your time this morning. Great insight on a horrific situation up in your hometown.
Thanks, Jason.